Rep Chip Roy of Texas, great guy. During a hearing on discrimination and violence against Asian Americans, said this. Let's play this clip.
My concern about this hearing is that it seems to want to venture into the policing of rhetoric in a free society, free speech, and away from the rule of law and taking out bad guys. My concern about this hearing.
Yeah, as I was saying, cancel culture, taking on free speech. They don't want to be held accountable. Arun?
I mean, I think that's right. And what you see here is a legislator who is not particularly worried about what he's saying. This wasn't like a huge performance. This wasn't a huge calculated, crisis managed, pre-planned thing. This is business as usual from a racist representative. And that's what scares me, is that we've had the summer we had. We've had some real community building. We've had information. We've plunged into the consciousness of America. And is that tipping point that you keep asking for coming or not?
Right.
Do we have enough momentum? I don't know.
Let's play the rest of the clip real quick. We had a little bit of a glitch.
I would also suggest that the victims of cartels moving illegal aliens deserve justice. The American citizens in South Texas that are getting absolutely decimated by what's happening at our southern border deserve justice. The victims of rioting and looting in the streets last week, businesses closed, burned last summer, deserve justice. We believe in justice. I would.
All the people at the southern border, not the ones in cages, not the babies separated from their parents, will never be able to find them again. Who? I've been in the southern border. Who? The Minutemen? They are so. Oh yeah, those infants. They're really coming for you. Are you effing kidding me, man? Chris, Rep.
This is an extension of my state legislature. This is my every day. There's nothing you're going to show me. There's nothing you're going to show me that I haven't seen before. Just on Tuesday, we debated a bill that came out of the Judiciary Committee on which I serve that made it illegal to project various fluids onto law enforcement officers, only law enforcement officers. So urine, feces, or saliva.
I mean, I have questions, but we'll keep them to ourselves.
So it was literally saliva, feces, urine, and there was specific mention of folks with HIV. And so it purposely and knowingly provided misinformation of people who are HIV positive and how these things are contracted. And even if you take out that utterly bigoted language, you're limiting free speech because you are not, because the bill did not say you knowingly did it, but that you did it. So if you inadvertently are too close to a law enforcement officer, or frankly, vice versa, right? Law enforcement officer is in your face and you are shouting, which is your right. And he claims that you did that and doesn't have to prove that you meant to do it. That is obviously going to shut down your First Amendment rights. And
that's also so insidious. It sounds like a smart way to, like, in the next pandemic when there's protests, to be like, normally we like this kind of thing, but it's against the law for a good reason. You're putting law enforcement at risk.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. So this is normalized. And also our districts in Pennsylvania, it's the largest full-time state legislature in the country. We represent around 63,000 people. And for me, that's 2.5 neighborhoods in an urban area, right? Philly. But in rural areas, it could represent 2 counties 100 times the size of Philadelphia, literally. Right. But the way they cut them up is so that they're ideological islands. So their base is very comfortable with this language. And remember how I say, no matter what your first issue is, whatever you care most about, environmental justice, gender equity, whatever, your second and third things must be electoral reform and media reform.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I think all of us would agree on that. Arun, final thoughts?
I mean, look, I think that it's sort of, hard to take a look around 55, however many days it's in, and see where we're at post Trump. But the more you look around, the more it isn't that Trump wrecked the store, the more it really is that he just, overturned the stones and let the worst creatures out. And I think it's just going to take a lot more. I'm not sure we're on track to even sort of contain the damage, even then to build on it. And these conversations sometimes leave me wanting more.
Yeah, I mean, and it would be incredible if Biden had a plan. I mean, if he could vocally come out with a plan to take on extremism in this country, I mean, that conversation alone would be transformative.
It was emotional speech time today and yesterday,
right.
and we didn't get one, and I'm a little disappointed. Yeah,
we got the vaccine rollout information, which was great, but it was like 20 minutes of logistics. Thanks, Rep. Rab. Final thoughts.
We just have to continue having these conversations and look towards systemic solutions to systemic problems. We're not going to symptom chase our way out of this.
Yeah.
We're not going to have all the bad guys step down, right? Because these are structural things that need to be addressed. And if we don't know that they're structural, if we don't talk about the history and the politics behind them and the words that have been used and the policies, then we're just going to be playing whack-a-mole.
Exactly. Well said. All right, guys. Arun, Rep. Rab, always grateful to have you. Arun, it's probably past dinner time. Enjoy your dinner. I don't know how late.
A little earlier this time because of our daylight savings difference. So it's actually only like 9 p.m. now, So
Germans eat early though, right? They're not
Germans
like the
are
Greeks.
early eaters. They're not like the Italians or the Greeks.
The Greeks, yeah. I was thinking about it. I was like, could I go to Greece and film the show from Greece? And then I was like, no, because it would be like 11 o'clock and that would be dinner time in Greece. So, all right, guys, have a good week. See you next week.
Yeah.
Some shout outs. We have Pete from Oakland. Okay, Nomiki, you win. I'm signing up for your book club today. Yay! Also, just got to show you love on your favorite day of the week. Happy Thursday. Be well. I say it's my favorite day every day, don't I? Don't tell the other days. Thank you to Silver Ball Stud, Jesse James 702, and Nug Wrangler, who all recently subscribed at Tier 1 on Twitch. Thank you, guys. JL, thank you, Nomiki, for bringing awareness to this hate crime. Trump using COVID-19 as a slur against China contributed to the rise of hate crimes against Asian Americans within the last year. Oh, absolutely. I personally know people who've been affected, whose parents, Helen Hong actually was on the show last week. Her father, just a few days ago, was beat up. It's very real. Sam Talarico says, thanks for all you do, Nomiki, to fight corruption and to keep us informed. It is a team effort. Trust me, a lot of people behind this project, but thank you. Appreciate you. JKR Dozer, thanks for the love. Liu Kang, we already asked your question, but just want to give you another shout out. Thank you for the love. And Kyler Asado says, we need inequality media or Gravel Institute style YouTube videos for history lessons that Professor Harvey K drops on us. He actually just did one for Gravel. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but that is the truth. We're gonna do a few more explainers, I think, in the near future, but it's a lot of production and they take a lot of time. So hopefully we'll be able to do some of that. All right, everybody on Twitch and YouTube, thank you for mixing it up, and MIDI-Docs and Mario for working those algorithms, and our YouTube mods, Bob C, Choke and the Orb, and Chuck Diesel, always grateful to you. And over at Twitch, Nightbot, Dorian Sapiens, A Difficult Truth, Our Means, and Nug Wrangler, thanks for keeping the chat room troll free. We got a few more here. Oh, Prairie Fire Kowalski from Nebraska. Anarcho-Bidenism is not better than FDR LBJ. True dat. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow for Femme Friday. Be well, stay in solidarity. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.